What a beautiful day, folks. It's actually hopefully going to dry out a little bit more today. I hope you all are doing fantastic. Really are, considering some of the things we're observing going on around us. Oh, I guess I probably ought to pick that up from yesterday and that up and get it put away. But we have a newbie here. Ain't come out yet. Alright, so I'm posting a video on this. What happened yesterday was absolutely fantastic and spectacular. Okay, so you'll see a link to that. I've got 2 more videos that'll hopefully be up. We've got what will be part 4 on the Apple Press build, and maybe part 5 if I can get some work done today. I'm getting ready to go in to the shop and get that done. I've moved the pigs back over on this side, but I've cut them off. I don't know if you can see that fence going across there. Keep them from tearing it up down there. It was just so sloppy. I felt so bad for my piggies, but they had just churned that into such a mess. So let's check something out while we're sitting here. I go over here and in the shade so that we can see what we're looking at. It is silver squeeze. Let me see here if I can find it. There we go. So, okay, it's quite a bit different since I looked at it. So silver squeeze day 4. Yeah, day 4. Because today's Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. Yesterday was market day. Oh, and there it goes. Look at it. 27.13, 27.14, 27.15. So it's pushing higher right there if you can see it. That's a nice little candle. That's what encouraged me to come do this video. Was I saw this candle right here, this hourly candle start growing, and I'm like, let's do it. So it's going. It's going. Now, in the greater scheme of things, this whole thing right here could be another formation, which means I wouldn't be shocked to see them slam down to a new support line that would run under here. So, it's early morning. Was it 9? God, I can't even see. 8:30. Beautiful morning. 8:30, and I got to get to work on these Apple presses. But I got another piece of information for you. For those of you who have requested, and there's been a few comments here in the last couple of weeks, I reached out to our old friend, Mr. Brother John F., and I had a conversation with him. He's been very focused on doing what I'm doing here, but in a slightly different path. We all have our own journey, but he's been very, very occupied with getting out of where he used to be. And I don't want to give away all his details. He can do that if he chooses, because I know he likes to keep a lot of things close to the vest. But he was absolutely astonished at some of the things that he was witnessing, because he was in, unfortunately, one of the shitholes. Deep in one of the shitholes, and he can explain that if he chooses. But he was actually on the road. He was called me from a motel en route to a new place where his new home will be, and he's got his strategic thinking in it, and maybe he'll explain that, maybe he won't. But he did tell me that he would consider hopping on with us and having a conversation once he got settled. So I don't know how long that will take. All I can say is we had a pretty good conversation from a spiritual / biblical sense on the events that are going down. And, it is what it is. He's in a good place, or going to hopefully be in a much better place. And he's been busy trying to get that navigated. So that's why we haven't seen him for a while, because lots of things have to happen. I know what some of the challenges that they are dealing with, him and his wife, and what they had to go through. And it's not easy, my friends. I tell you all the time that I have sympathy for all of you who have to go through this journey, knowing what you know. Y'all get out of the shade and go up there and eat. Some of them are. Because it's not easy. It is not easy when you have to deal with loved ones. It's not easy when you have to deal with family. But then again, I've said it myself. What occurs is going to... Look at that romaine, lettuce, the beets. These beets ain't taking off very well. A lot of carrots right here. And I don't have the time to sit here and weed at the moment. At some point in time, I'm going to call it weeding week. And I'm going to come out here and I'm going to weed all of this completely as best I can. So we'll touch base again. We'll see how things go here in another few hours and how far this move gets. We'll keep an eye on it. My brassicas are starting to get a little bit bigger out here. Some of these I just put in as barely as seedlings. Yeah. Food, my friends. It's going to be more challenging to do this over and over again, but you got to keep persevering. Persevering. All right. Hey, Mittens. She hears me talking, so she's going to come over. Come on. Come here, little girl. Oh, roll. She says, I'm so cute. I'm so cute. Give me a rubbing. There we go. All right. We'll touch base in a little bit. There we go. I figured out how to get it running. Hey, I'm in here taking a break from the sanding for a little bit, doing an editing of your videos, and decided I would check in on the short squeeze-ish movement. And looks like, let's see if I can get you in focus. There you go. Looks like we were up to 27.46. But y'all remember my charting and how they paint the show here. If you take that point, and extend it up, it looks like we might have hit the upper resistance that was created by this movement, and which tells me that there's a good chance that that will come back down. And where will it come back down to? Let's see. Possibly something that would be supportive here, so that would put it out maybe right in here somewhere. So we may come back down to 26 something, just under 27, or somewhere over here, 26.60. We'll have to see how they play this game. But what we've got going now, it's a 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, maybe we get a 1 step back. All to create the technicals, so technical analysts can have something to talk about. But there you go. It's almost lunchtime, close to 11. And we'll see what it does by or after lunch. If it starts going sideways, like I told you it did here, then my assessment is probably pretty accurate on the technical analysis. But let's look at it for the fun right now on the daily and see where we're at. Now this daily candle looks pretty nice, and we're getting on up there. We've made up half this ground that the first short squeeze made. We have now painted what I told you what looked like an inverse head and shoulders, which tells me this: if we do a quick retracement, then in the next day or two, hey, this thing could pop really quickly up to $30 an ounce, and then that may not take long, but we'll have to see. Short squeeze, maybe painting the tape, more likely, but it's going to go up. Just how does it do it? And geez, it's taken a long time. Well, we'll check back in a little bit later. Alrighty, folks. Thought we'd check in and see how this you suck. I hate computers. Alright, so as I suspected when we made that first jump up there, notice we had a nice run early this morning in that 1 hour candle. That's a push, and then it's gone kind of up and then down a little bit. This tells me again that we're still painting the tape, because if we were to run free, there wouldn't be any sales. We've talked about this before, that it would be a no offer situation, because everybody wants the price to go up, just like they want the price to go up in everything. Like lumber makers would really like it if the price goes up more and more. Everybody wants that bigger number, right? So why in the heck would you dump paper on the market and drive the price down? Well, there has been this excuse, and we've heard this excuse from those at Kitco and others about, oh, well, it's just those day traders and fund managers and stuff. They're going to take their profits. It went up, so they're going to sell and take their profits. Nobody in their right mind would do that if you're on the way up and you think it's going to keep going. So we'll have to see. I don't know. We are going up. We made a big push. Now that it's started to go sideways, anybody want to bet that we might not take a step back? Just saying. We'll have to see how it goes. Anyway, that's good. Good check-in, I think. Like I said, cross our fingers, everything settles in real nice for John, Brother John F. And maybe we'll catch up with him in the weeks to come. Like I said, it's a big move whenever you do something like that. And so he's been working on that a long time, I know. So we'll have to see how things go with him. Otherwise, we'll catch you again soon. Take care, everyone.